Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel, guys. So what I have for you guys today, I have a little bit of a different video to what I've been doing recently, guys, but today we're going to be looking at some FIFA 17 ratings, so some official FIFA 17 ratings, but these aren't any ratings, these are the ratings of the championship clubs, guys. So what we're going to be doing in this video, guys, is we're going to be going over each individual championship club and looking at their FIFA 17 ratings. And what I'm interested to know from you guys is, what do you think of these ratings for your club? Do you think a couple of players are underrated, perhaps maybe a couple of players are overrated? But let me know in the comments down below, are you happy with how EA has judged your players this year? And as we will be going over each championship club, I'm not going to have the most time to talk about each individual one, so if you would like to look at a player's individual stats in a bit more detail, then I'll leave a link to FIFA in the description down below so you guys can go ahead and do that. So the first thing we have to talk about is Aston Villa. So here are Aston Villa's ratings for FIFA 17. So as you can see there, a lot of golds and a lot of gold cards expected, really, obviously, being Aston Villa. The standout cards for me there, Adoma looks very good this year. Ross McCormack's got a nice little upgrade from last year as well, and Jonathan Kodja rated 73. I thought he perhaps could have been a 74 rated, but I'd say 73 is probably fair for him. And Aaron Tish-Brawler as well, he's rated 66. He's now a silver card. So all in all, these Aston Villa cards don't look too bad. The next team we then have is Barnsley. So here are Barnsley's rating, guys, and Barnsley probably would have wanted a few more silver cards this year, but all in all, it's not too bad for them. I think the standout cards here, Adam Armstrong looks like he has a very good card indeed. I think for career mode and ultimate team, he's going to be a fantastic buy this year. You know, if you look at his stats, they're 68 rated as a striker. He looks fantastic. Conor Hourihane also has a nice little upgrade from last year as well. As well as that, we've got Tom Bradshaw getting an upgrade, and deservedly so. And then the next bunch of ratings, guys, we have Birmingham City. So here is the Birmingham squad on FIFA. So the standout card for me here is Che Adams. Now 70 rated. That's a big upgrade from him from last year, but he's got that 89 pace going forward, which should just absolutely destroy defence. And as well as that, on career mode as well, Che Adams will be a fantastic pickup for anyone doing the championship career mode this year, but definitely a good buy. Che Adams there, and Clayton Donaldson as well, rated 71, also looks a very good buy this year, but apart from that, some decent ratings for Birmingham this year. Next on the list, guys, we have Blackburn Rovers. So here are the Blackburn ratings. So I think a lot of these are a true reflection of how good these Blackburn players really are. I mean, the standout cards there, Marvin Emnes is always a good card on FIFA, I've come to think. I think in like FIFA 13 or something like that, he was absolutely off the scale, but a 69 rating for him isn't too bad. The highest rated player is Marshall, being a 72. So Blackburn fans, what do you think of your ratings? Let me know down below. Next on the list, guys, we have Brentford. So Brentford do have a gold card this year, and as well as that, they've also got some pretty decent ratings. Alan Judge is one I thought was a pretty underrated this year. I think perhaps he could have got a 74 rated card. I think that would have done him a bit more justice as to how good he was last year. But apart from that, Daniel Bentley being a 69 rated player, as well as that Sawyers. I think the good thing about this Brentford side is it's quite young, so if anyone is going to be doing a career mode with Brentford this year, you've got a good nucleus of players to start out with. Next on the list, guys, we then have Brighton. So Brighton's ratings this year have been pretty good. Knockout's been upgraded to a gold. I think that was definitely deserved. I think from what he's shown so far and from what he showed last season, he's probably one of the best players in the championship at this point in time, so definitely warranted of a gold card this year. As well as that, they've also got some pretty decent ratings. I mean, Manu looks very decent this year, Loa as well. I think he could have been a bit higher than a 71 in my opinion. I think he could be 72, 73, but maybe that's just me. But what do you think of that, Brighton fans? I'd be very interested to know. But as well as that, they've got some other decent players in there. Glenn Murray doesn't look the best on FIFA, but a 73 rating isn't too bad for him. And as well as that, Oliver Norwood has got an upgrade like I predicted in one of my upgrade videos, so nice to see that little upgrade there. Next on the list, guys, we then have Bristol City. So the one that stands out for me here is, of course, Tammy Abraham. We have to look at his rating for a little bit, and I thought he could have been a little bit higher this year, really. I think with the starting start to this season and his pace as well, I thought his pace would be a little higher than what it is. And 67 rating. Bristol City fans, what do you think of that? I thought he could have perhaps been pushing more towards maybe a 69 rated card, but 67 I suppose isn't too bad since this has been his first season in competitive football. So from EA, that's not really too bad. I've seen EA massively underrate players like that in the past, but Lee Tomlin as well, 72 rated, playing as an attacking mid on this year's FIFA, also looks to be a pretty good card. Aidan Flint, the big centre-back, only got 50 pace, but 71 rating for him isn't too bad either. Next thing we then have is Burton Albion. So the player that stands out for me here is Dyer, with that 88 pace, playing on the left mid, 67 rated. That's not a bad card at all. It'd have been a bit better if he was a rare card. I find that rare cards just look better on the game. I don't know what it is. I don't like playing with a team that's got non-rare cards. I don't know why. But apart from that, they've got some other decent ratings. Ward being a 71 is a good one for them. And Turner as well, getting into the 70 club. Not too bad for Burton Albion this year. They got quite a few bronzes, but that's to be expected with a newly promoted team. Irvine, I thought, could have been perhaps maybe a 66 maybe. But all in all, not too bad for them. The next team we then have is Cardiff City. So obviously, they've had an awful start to this season, but that's not really too being reflected in their FIFA stats this year. But we've got obviously Ricky Lambert being a 76 rated. rated card this year. Let me know what you think of that in the comments down below. I think there was a possibility that he could have been downgraded to a silver this year, with obviously the season he had last and the lack of game time he got, but he's remained as a gold card, a 76 rated. So Cardiff fans, what do you think of that? And the rest of your ratings here, we got Nunes as a 72, Whittingham as a 71, being a left mid there. Perhaps not got the pace to be a left mid, they're best on FIFA, but saying that, they've got some of the decent ratings here and there. And then next up, guys, we have Derby County. So Derby County this year don't have a bad looking squad on FIFA, really. I think they've got some good players. Obviously, to the start in real life, it's not been the best for Derby County, but on FIFA, they've not got a bad squad here. Will Hughes being a 74, that surprised me a little bit, caught me off guard, since pretty much all of last season he was out injured, so I don't really see why EA have upgraded him, but saying that, he looks like a fantastic buy, and on career mode, yet again, Will Hughes will be a fantastic pickup for anyone doing a career mode like that. And Tommins being an attacking mid as well, I think that could be a good card this year for FIFA, definitely. And some of their attacking options as well, people like Kamara and Russell and Darren Bent, they look very good on this year's FIFA as well. Then next up we have Fulham. So Fulham have quite a few goals this year actually, which is maybe a bit surprising because not really many Championship clubs do actually get too many goal players, but Fulham have got quite a few this year, so not too bad in that aspect, I must say. And Lucas Piazon, obviously always a good player in FIFA. But Fulham fans, what do you think of your ratings overall? Do you think they're a fair reflection of what your team is at this point in time? I thought David Button could have perhaps been a little bit higher than 69 rated. I thought he was fantastic last season for Brentford, but apart from that, it's not too bad. Tom Kenny's being a 73 rated. That's an interesting rating, definitely, but apart from that, not too bad for Fulham. And then to Huddersfield, guys, the team that has been the dark horse so far in the Championship season, the team which has just lit up everything so far. Here are their ratings for FIFA 17. So they've got that one gold card this season, and deservedly so. He's a fantastic player in real life, but apart from that, they've also got some good, decent little upgrades here and there. Schindler's managed to get a 71. He could have perhaps been a 72, 73 maybe this year, but not too bad for him. They've also got quite a few German players, as you can see in the squad there. You know, players like Kachunga getting an upgrade low, and Naki Wells as well definitely looks like a good buy this year on Ultimate Team, especially with the pace he's got going forward. But a decent little squad for Huddersfield. I think a couple of them could be perhaps a little bit higher, maybe 1 or 2 ratings off a couple of these players, but apart from that, it's not the worst. And then the next team, guys, we have Ipswich Town. So the one that jumps out to me straight away, the one that I really wanted to know for Ipswich who was going to be rated, was Grant Ward. I was really interested to see what EA would actually give him, and surprisingly, they've actually given him more than I expected him to. They've given him a 70 rated card, which I think is very representative of what he's all about, and a fantastic upgrade for him from last season. I think last season he was a 64 rated bronze card, so a big upgrade for him this season. I would have liked to see him be a rare card, because when you've got like flair players on the wing, I like them to be rare cards. I don't know why, I just do. But 70 rated for him isn't too bad, and for the rest of the squad here and there, you've got quite a few players in their low 70s and the high 60s, so they're not looking too bad on FIFA this year, Ipswich. The next team we then go to is Leeds United. So here is Leeds' team on FIFA 17, guys. So we got Pablo Hernandez being a 76 rated gold card. They've actually got 3 gold cards this year, which is pretty good going for Leeds United. Brigcut also being a gold card. I thought he might be a silver this year, really. Thought he would be a 74 rated silver, but it turns out EA have gone to give him a 75 rated gold. Rob Green's dipped down to a 74 as well, which is understandable, really. Chris Wood, I think, could be maybe a little bit higher than a 72, maybe a 73 perhaps in a different world, but apart from that, it's not too bad. Kemal Rufi as well has had a decent upgrade, being a 70 rated player now. He's definitely one to watch this season, and in FIFA as well, I think he could be very deadly this season. The next team we then go to is Newcastle United. So it was always going to be apparent that Newcastle were going to have a lot of high rated cards this season, and you know, rightly so, considering this squad they do have. A lot of people in their squad as well have remained their gold status, you know, players like Cheick Tiote there, and Bemba, Shelvey, Atsu, Colback, and a nice upgrade there from Matt Ritchie as well. Definitely deserved one of his last season in with Bournemouth last season. Definitely deserved of that 76 rated card there. Diarmi as well being a 75 now. That's not too bad going for him. We've got Dwight Gale in there being a 73 rated, which isn't too bad. I think I actually predicted he would be a 73 rated, so that's not too bad for me. Yedlin looks like a decent card yet again on this year's FIFA, and Rolando Aarons as well looks very decent as well, being a 72 rated card. Once again, if he was a rare card, he'd be absolutely fantastic this year, but being a 72 isn't too bad. Lascelles as well, I thought he might get a bit of a bigger upgrade than that, but being a 71, not too bad. Then to the next team, guys, we then go to Norwich City. So here are Norwich's cards for this year's FIFA. So similar to Newcastle, really, a lot of their players have remained their gold status. You know, players here, we got players like Wes Houlihan being a 77 rated player this year, Robbie Brady being a 76. Maybe he could have been, maybe even been a bit higher, because because I thought he was phenomenal last year for Norwich, and I was a bit surprised that he's actually stayed at Norwich. No offense to Norwich, but I think he's definitely got the ability, I think Norwich fans will agree, to be playing in the Premier League, so I was a little bit surprised at that. But saying that, being a 76 rated card isn't too bad at all, and a lot of good rated silver cards here as well. You know, John Ruddy's actually a silver card this year, which was an interesting call from EA, and as well as that, Basong looks very decent, so not too bad for Norwich this year. And then the next team we then go to is Nottingham Forest. So the one that stands out for me here is Britta Sombolonga, being a 72 rated card. I was a bit mixed on what I thought of this one, really, because yes, I know he was out of pretty much the majority of last season. He didn't feature at all, I don't think, really. But saying that, I just think he's a better player. I don't think 72 represents what he's all about. I think he's a guaranteed championship goal scorer, an established one now at that as well. And I think that he's definitely more warranted to be a 73, maybe even a 74 rated card. With the amount of goals he scored, when he's fit, he's an absolute monster, and he's an absolute tank to stop. So I think he deserves maybe a little bit more, but I can see why EA haven't upgraded him since he was injured for the last season. But apart from that, quite a few non-rares for Nottingham Forest this season, but maybe there's a few more rares, but apart from that, not too bad going for them. And then to the next team, guys, we go to my club, Preston North End. So for this one, I was actually pleasantly surprised with what EA have given us this year. I was quite actually surprised with the amount of good ratings we actually got, because I never really know what to expect with EA and Preston, but Greg Cunningham's got a nice upgrade, as well as Bailey right there. Gallagher's also got an upgrade. McGeady being a gold card, he's definitely going to be get a lot of usage this season, guys. Being a 5-star skiller, of course, definitely worth that. Lindegaard, I think, is a bit overrated. I thought he'd be a silver card. Same with Mackinock, really. I think being a 69, maybe I thought he'd be a 67, something about that. But apart from that, I'm very actually happy with these FIFA 17 ratings. John Welsh as well, I'm massively happy for to get a 69 rating. DJ, I think, is a bit overrated. Stevie May as well. I was surprised he got an upgrade considering he was injured for last season. But all in all, I'm very happy with those ratings for Preston. And then the next team we then go to is Queen's Park Rangers, guys. So the one that stood out for me here was Jordan Cousins. So the reason for that is because he actually featured in one of my potential championship upgrades video, and thankfully he has got an upgrade, and deservedly so. You know, he won Charlton's Player of the Year for 2 years in a row, so he definitely deserved to get an upgrade. I think he's gone up by a rating of +4, which is definitely deserved, and being a 68 rated card now definitely more suits what he's about. Luongo as well has had an upgrade this year. He's gone to a 70 rated card. As well as that, they've got some other high scorers this year. 3 gold cards for them this year, which isn't too bad going for them at all. So QPR fans, what do you think of your ratings this year? Comment down below. The next team we then go to is Reading, guys. So here are Reading's cards this year. So the one that stood out for me here was John Swift. I really thought that John Swift would crack it into the 70 club this year. It's not to be. He's being a 68 rated card. I mean, with the start he's had to Reading and the way he played last year for Brentford, I really thought that he'd be maybe at least a 70 this year, but EA haven't seen that, unfortunately. But what do you think of that, Reading fans? Do you think he's a bit underrated this year? And what do you think about the rest of your squad? McCleary definitely looks like a good one this year. Jerry van der Berg in the middle, not the fastest of players, but maybe he'll be a tank in the middle. Who knows this year? And then to Rotherham we go, and the player that stands out for me here is John Taylor. I mean, with that 92 place, playing on the left mid, he's right-footed, I think, so he's going to be cutting inside a lot. He's going to be an absolutely fantastic buy on Ultimate Team, and definitely used a lot in my championship squads this year, so definitely worth an upgrade there. And apart from that, some other decent ratings for them this year. I mean, Lee Camp's got a 70 rating, Wilson's got a 69 rating, which isn't too bad for him. Clark Harris has got 67, and I think he's injured at this point in time, but apart from that, it's alright for Rotherham this year. Then to Sheffield Wednesday we go, guys. So here are Sheffield Wednesday's ratings for the upcoming FIFA, guys. So for the one that stands out for me here is Forestieri being a 74. I know a lot of Sheffield Wednesday fans were wanting Forestieri to be a gold card this year, so it'll be very interesting to know, Sheffield fans, what do you think of EA making Forestieri a 74 rated card? I think he's definitely capable of being a 75 rated card. I think he's definitely in the upper echelons of the championship players, so to be a 74, maybe underestimating him a little bit, but looking at those stats, he'll be a fantastic silver card this year. There's no denying that at all. But some other decent ratings here and there. Westwood's being a 76 rated this year. Gary Hooper being a 75. What do you think of that, Forest fans? But the one that stands out for me as well is Adam Reach being a 71. He's got an upgrade from last year, which was definitely deserved. I mean, the season he had with Preston was phenomenal, and he obviously got that big move to Wednesday in the end, so definitely one to watch out for, maybe even for career mode as well. And then to Wigan Athletic we go, guys, the second to last club, and the one we have to talk about for a little bit here, guys, is of course Will Grigg. He's got an upgrade this year. He is now a 70 rated card. So what do you think of that, Wigan fans? I think it's definitely an upgrade for him, and I wasn't actually expecting to give him such an upgrade, for EA to give him that upgrade, but fair play, you know, he's definitely deserved of that from what he showed last season, and so far he's been able to carry that into this season as well. He's shown he can hack it in the championship, and Preston are actually playing Wigan on Friday night, so I'm very interested to see how he actually gets on in that match. But maybe Wigan fans would have wanted a few more rare cards. Jody Gomez, of course, being a 71 rated card there, but all in all, not too bad for Wigan. And then the last thing we have, guys, we have of course Wolves. So here are the Wolves ratings for FIFA 17, guys. So they've obviously got 2 gold cards cards this year, which isn't bad going for Wolves at all, but some very decent looking silver cards, I've got to say that. I mean, Ola John this season looks really good on FIFA. He's got that 80 pace, 74 rating. He's going to be bombing down the wings for Wolves, and I definitely want to watch out for a Wolves career mode, but as well as that, newer Dicko's card. Oh, he looks sweaty this year. 90 pace as a striker in the Championship. He's going to get used a lot, I feel like, as well, but some decent cards for this Wolves side overall. So there you guys have it. There are all the ratings for this season's Championship clubs, guys. So what do you think of all these ratings? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll be very interested to know as to what you guys think. Do you think a couple of players deserve to be higher, or maybe even lower? Let me know down below. I'm always interested to hear what you guys have to say. So apart from that, guys, that will now wrap it up for this video. So if you have enjoyed this video, make sure you do leave a like. It is always massively appreciated, guys. And I must say as well, thank you so much for all the support we've shown on the video so far. It's literally been incredible, and I really can't wait for FIFA 17 to come out, because I've got quite a lot of stuff planned for the channel, which hopefully you guys are going to enjoy. But apart from that, guys, thank you so much for watching. So if you have enjoyed, make sure you leave a like. Check out all the links in the description down below. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. But other than that, guys, I will see you all in the next one.